To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So today is Saturday in mid-April, and it's downright cold out today. It's in the low 50s. I think it was in the 40s this morning, and it's not warming up. The solar panels are doing okay. They're keeping up. I've been keeping an eye on them. When there's cloudy days like this, I try to keep an eye on them and make sure the batteries are getting charged. I am almost considering starting up the wood stove. I brought the Coleman stove inside with a propane tank, and we're warming the house up that way. We turn it on for 20 minutes. It warms up okay, but I hate wasting all that propane when I got all this firewood, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. As you know, I've worked on the well extensively over the last several weeks. My next step is to build a building around this, and we've decided it's going to be 4 foot tall, 4 feet wide, 4 feet deep. There's not going to be a front on it, just 3 sides and a roof. The front we'll be able to walk right into. It's on the downhill side. We'll put the roof, it'll extend out 2 feet on each side. If you'll look at one of my previous videos, you'll see that I put in a French drain all the way around. That way the water will drip down into the French drain and then roll off down into the hill down here. It rained yesterday a significant amount of time. I mean, you can see the ground's pretty muddy and wet. I tried to dig up my root cellar a little bit more today, and it was just so muddy. When I walked out, my boots were just covered in mud. So it's a significant rain. You can see the puddles of water on the concrete here. The whole reason I've been working on the well is because the well water has been so dirty after it rains. This morning I started up the generator and I filled the tank, my 275 gallon IBC tank, but this is the color of the water. Now I know it's hard to see in the camera, but that's clean. That's really clean water. So I think we're on our way to a little bit of success here. Now, of course, that's not a hard torrential rain. We'll have to see how that goes, but I'm hopeful. I'm feeling pretty hopeful. We're at least better than we were, I can tell you that, because a rain like this prior to all this work, where I poured the concrete slab and I put the well packer in. Of course, I tarped it up to simulate the building. In the French drain, we're in better shape than we were. So in yesterday's video, you saw that I started digging into making a root cellar. So my plan is to go 4 feet deep. Now, yesterday's video, you saw that I came up to about right here, and I was going to go down the hill. Well, since then, I've decided that I'm going to go back this direction about 4 feet. I think 4 feet is what I measured out. So the whole thing is going to be a 6 foot building, and then it's going to have a huge drop off. So basically the whole root cellar is going to be kind of back into the ground here. And as you see, and as you saw in yesterday's video, there was a concrete slab here. It was pretty massive. I'm not sure I've got it all up. So today I got to move all this out of the way. We're going to take it down into the woods. So I'm going to get the lawnmower out, and I'm going to put this into our little wagon. A lot of people don't seem to understand this wagon. They're pretty common. You can buy them at Menards or Lowe's, I forget which. This thing is really a nice wagon. It's $100, and it's capable of holding 900 pounds. I wouldn't have bought it if it was, a little flimsy thing, because I carry firewood in it. I've transported all of this with this wagon from the woods or from somewhere. Well, now I've just modified it, and I put a little bolt in the handle here where I can hook it up to the lawnmower. So it says right here, each tire can max load 300 pounds. So if you figure that out, 3 times 4, that's 1,200 pounds there. So they rated the wagon under the weight of the maximum tire weight. Sitting here talking to you about the wagon, I noticed that this one's got a flat tire. This tire has been a real pain in my hindsight. I got a flat on this last year, and I tried to patch it. It's got a tube inside of it, and I ended up messing it up. I didn't realize that slime and the glue for tube patches didn't mix, and so it just tore the tube right up. So I ended up getting a new tube, but I slimed all the wheels. Well, when I got the new tube, I didn't slime that wheel. I've been meaning to go buy more slime, and I just never have. So I just aired it up the other day, and here it is flat again. So I'm not near town, and I'm not going to run all the way to town to get slime just so I can use my cart. I bought these wheels. They're non-inflatable wheels. They're just exactly the same as these wheels. I bought that for the chicken coop so I can move it around. And I have 2 left over. So I'm just going to put this on temporarily until I can get to town and buy some slime. I need to do that with the lawnmower too. I'm just waiting for that to go flat. It's bound to happen. So that was easy. So we'll see how well it does. I mean, if I tear it up, it's no big deal. Back to the root cellar. Carolyn and I have decided we're going to make it 4 feet deep. We're going to concrete the floor, probably 4 inches. So it'll be like 4 feet, 4 inches. And then we'll put the floor down. That'd be 4 feet. Of course, the roof will probably come up a little higher than the ground. It'll be a concrete roof. And we figured 4 feet would be great because we measured out, we held a tape measure, and we sat down on our chairs. We could sit comfortably. So the idea is if there's a storm, we could sit in there and wait the storm out. Now I can of course predict what all the macho men out there are going to tell me. You need to get yourself a backhoe. Get yourself done, do that right. You're going to waste too much time trying to get that done. And I know that because when I was building a tiny house, daily basis, I would get 30, 40, 50 different comments telling me what I needed to spend my money on, how to spend my money. You're doing it wrong. You need to get yourself some bigger tools and you got to this and that and this. But here's the thing. Not one person spent any money doing it. They love to tell you how to spend your money, but they don't want to chip in. And the thing is are they going to guarantee if I do it their way that it's going to work? So the same thing's going to happen here. Yeah, you're going to have to spend, a couple $100 to get yourself a backhoe. So here's my offer to you. I will do whatever you want me to do. If you're willing to pay, there's a PayPal link down below. I'm not e-begging. I'm not begging for money. I am more than happy to do it my way without any money. But if you want me to do it your way, there's a PayPal link down below. You give me all the money that it's going to take to do it, plus the guarantee in writing telling me that if it goes wrong and it doesn't work, that you will pay the replacement cost. Just like building the house, it's the reward of doing it all by myself. Every last screw, nail, board, everything, all of it was done by me. And that's how this is going to be. It's going to take me time to dig this much out. But let's say by this time next year, I got a fully functional storm shelter, taking just a few scoops of shovel each day as I walk by or, whatever. But in the end, I'll feel so rewarded by doing it. Also, as you know, we're going to build a roof to the porch here. At the same time, we're going to buy the materials to build the well house and the porch. So we have enough wood, I think, to do both. So we got all this wood under here and up here and just different pieces. The problem is right now, a 2x4 is about $10 a piece. Now you gotta remember, like a year and a half ago, they were $2 a piece. When I was building the house, they went up to about $7, and I thought that was terrible. Of course, we're gonna use metal, the same metal that we used for everything else right here. And so we'll be able to buy that $12 a sheet. That's very reasonable. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go and get a load of firewood. As you know, I only have 1.5 acres here. And I wanna preserve these woods as much as possible. And so anytime I get an opportunity to get wood from off-site, I take it. Like this all right here came from off-site. Tomorrow, This lady's got a tree down in her backyard. It's a hickory. It's not very big. I think it's about a truckload. That's my guess from the picture. I'm hoping it's a truckload. And then, so we'll start another load right here. And so my goal is to have kind of a horseshoe shape here. And then I'm going to build a pole barn, I've talked about this, over all this firewood. That'll also help with the well housing. The well housing is going to be, like I said, 4 feet tall. Now the roof is going to be 8 foot across. So there'll be 2 feet hanging over on each side, which means this roof, my objective, it might look a little silly, but my objective is to have this roof kind of cover this roof. And the reason I want that to happen is then I have no rainwater coming from this side, the uphill side. So I hope I can inspire you to take your time when you're building your dream. Thanks for watching.